Welcome! In this series of short videos, we will give an introduction to those who have never used PowerBasic before, or even considered taking up programming. Today we will look at web applications. What are they, how do they work, and how you create them in PowerBasic. So what are web applications? You have probably used many web applications, either ones running from within a browser on your own computer, or mobile device, or remotely from a web server. These applications and systems are now so widespread that most people don't even think of them. When the browser application on your computer attempts to connect to a website, an application on that remote server returns some hypertext. This hypertext was designed many years ago at CERN to allow both structure to text documents and links to other documents. Later, the ability to insert links to images or even videos was added. This remote application is the web server, whose task it is to fulfill requests made of it. Having delivered the hypertext document, the web server considers its task completed and goes off to fulfill other requests from other computers. The browser running on your computer can then prepare to format the web page for you to see. If there are any references to images in a hypertext document, then your browser will then make additional calls to the web server to obtain these images. The web server will handle each request that comes in for whatever files have been requested. Are there different kinds of web apps? When your browser requests a page from the remote web server, it could be requesting a static web page, which never changes. This index page could be the gateway to a whole series of static and dynamic pages. There are a number of web development frameworks employed to deliver these dynamic pages, using a variety of programming languages. As we're looking at PowerBasic, we're just going to look at two approaches, which you can utilize within the PowerBasic compilers. CGI, the Common Gateway Interface, and FastCGI. So how does CGI actually work? You enter the URL into your browser. This passes the request onto the web server application on the remote server. The web server runs the executable on the remote server. This application does not run all the time, but is started when required. Multiple copies of this application could be running at one time. This application produces the web page. This is passed back to the web server application, and the CGI application then terminates. The web server then in turn passes this web page back to your browser. As the URL can contain parameters, the CGI application can use these to determine what it needs to do, for example, query a database. Are there any code examples of this CGI code? Yes, there are 8 videos that cover setting up a web server and creating CGI applications using the PowerBasic console compiler. These are demonstrated using the free Abyss web server application. Please feel free to look at any of these videos. So what's the difference between CGI and FastCGI? This all comes down to the running of the application on the remote server. Unlike in CG applications, the FastCGI application does not terminate after it has delivered the web page back to the web server. Instead, it persists in memory, ready for the next incoming request. There is only one copy of the application in memory at one time. and it is coded to handle many requests concurrently. This approach is intended to save the time taken to run a new application each time a request has been made. At the moment, I haven't made any videos on FastCGI, but I have one or two planned in the near future. Hopefully you have found this video a useful introductory guide to web development. Please feel free to browse the other videos on CGI and other Power Basic applications. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching.